This authorized audiobook of soul retrieval and fragment healing, calling home the lost parts of yourself across lifetimes. 6. Cosmic Soul Journey Book 19 by Serafina Hartwell is presented by Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Serafina Hartwell. 1. When the soul shatters, recognizing your lost pieces. You've tried everything: therapy, meditation, retreats in sacred lands, crystals on your nightstand, affirmations on your mirror, breathwork apps on your phone. You've read the books, joined the circles, whispered prayers into the dark. And still, something feels missing. Not broken, though you've called yourself that. Not lost, though you've wandered for years. But incomplete, like you're running on half a soul, like a part of you stepped out long ago and never came back. What if that's not imagination? What if it's memory? Welcome, dear one. You're not imagining it. You're remembering. In the wisdom of ancient and multidimensional healing traditions, including the cosmic framework of your soul journey, you are not a single, static self. You are a luminous constellation of consciousness woven across lifetimes, dimensions, and star systems. And just as a star can scatter its light across the galaxy, so too can the soul fragment in response to overwhelming pain, betrayal, or fear. This isn't pathology. It's protection. Soul fragmentation, sometimes called soul loss, is one of the oldest and most universal spiritual responses to trauma. When an experience is too intense for the psyche to integrate in the moment, a piece of the soul temporarily steps out to preserve your core essence. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. A sacred survival strategy encoded in your light body long before you took this human form. Think of it like this. If a storm threatens a village, the elders send the children to safety in the hills. The village may feel empty, quiet, off-kilter, but the children are safe. And one day, when the skies clear, they can return. Your soul fragments are those children, and they've been waiting for you to come find them. The signs you've lost a piece of yourself. You don't need a shamanic diagnosis to know something's amiss. Your body, emotions, and intuition have been whispering or shouting the truth all along. Here are common signs of soul fragmentation. Chronic fatigue that sleep doesn't fix because part of your life force is elsewhere. Emotional numbness in certain areas of life. I can't feel joy around intimacy. I shut down when praised. Repeating patterns, toxic relationships, self-sabotage, financial chaos that feel bigger than you. Feeling not yourself for months or years, as if you're playing a role written by someone else. Vivid dreams of searching, running, or being lost, your subconscious mapping the retrieval journey. A sense of disconnection from your body, your purpose, or even your own name. None of this means you're damaged. It means you're human, and your soul did what it needed to survive. A story you might recognize. Let me tell you about Maya, not her real name. Maya came to me exhausted. She'd built a successful career, had loving friends, practiced yoga daily. And yet, every Sunday night, she'd collapse into tears she couldn't explain. I feel like a ghost in my own life, she said. In our session, she described a moment from age 8. Her father left without warning, and she went away inside herself to survive the grief. She hadn't cried for him since. As we gently journeyed, she met that 8-year-old girl, still waiting by the window, suitcase in hand, believing she'd be abandoned again if she showed up fully. When Maya brought that fragment home, something shifted. Not overnight, but the Sunday tears softened. She began saying no at work. She painted again, something she hadn't done since childhood. She wasn't fixed. She was remembered. Fragmentation is not failure, it's fidelity. Here's what the world won't tell you. Your soul didn't abandon you. You didn't fail at being whole. Fragmentation is an act of fidelity to your innocence, your sensitivity, your light. That part of you left because it loved you too much to stay and be crushed. And the beautiful truth, no fragment is ever truly lost. They exist in the timeless field of your soul matrix, waiting in the forests of your childhood, the corridors of past lives, the quiet corners of parallel realities. They hold gifts, your creativity, your wildness, your capacity for trust, your unfiltered joy. They left with a purpose, and they're ready to return when you're ready to welcome them. Your first step, the fragment awareness check-in. Before we journey outward, let's turn inward. This simple practice will help you begin mapping your own soul landscape. Journal prompt, the missing piece. Take a quiet moment. Place a hand on your heart. Ask gently, 1. Where in my life do I feel not all here? E.g., relationships, work, creativity. 2. When did this feeling begin? Don't force it. Let an image, age, or event arise. 3. What might that missing part be protecting me from feeling? Don't analyze. Just listen. Write whatever comes. This isn't about fixing, it's about witnessing. And in that witnessing, you've already begun the sacred work of retrieval. You are not broken. You are a soul in the process of remembering itself. And this book, it's your invitation home. In the next chapter, we'll explore the cosmic blueprint of wholeness, the multidimensional truth that you were never truly shattered, only dispersed, because even scattered light is still light. And you, dear one, are made of stars. 2. The cosmic blueprint of wholeness. Before you drew your first breath in this lifetime, you were already whole. Not perfect, not flawless, but whole, complete in your complexity, vast in your light, infinite in your design. You did not arrive here broken. You arrived here dispersed. And there is a world of difference between the two. In the rush to heal, we often forget this sacred truth. Wholeness is your birthright, not your destination. It is not something you earn through suffering, spiritual achievement, or perfect behavior. It is the very fabric of your soul, woven across dimensions, timelines, and star systems long before this human story began. This chapter invites you to remember that blueprint, the cosmic architecture of your being, so you can stop chasing wholeness and start embodying it. You are more than this body, this life, this moment. Most healing models treat the self as a single linear identity, the you reading this sentence right now. But your soul knows better. In the cosmology of the cosmic soul journey, you are a multidimensional being, a living constellation of consciousness that span your earth self, the embodied, feeling, thinking human navigating this lifetime. Your higher self, the wise, loving aspect that holds your soul's purpose and perspective beyond fear. Your oversoul, the greater, I am presence that encompasses multiple lifetimes, soul groups, and evolutionary path. Your soul group, the family of light beings with whom you co-create across dimensions. Your star ancestry, the cosmic lineage that seeded your light body with stellar codes and galactic Y. You are not just a person. You are a portal, a point of focus through which the infinite expresses itself in form. And when trauma occurs, whether in this life or another, the soul doesn't shatter like glass. It disperses like light refracting through a prism. Each fragment carries a frequency, a memory, a gift. None are destroyed. None are lost forever. They simply shift location within your soul matrix, waiting for the signal to return. Think of your soul as a hologram. Even the smallest piece contains the whole. So when a fragment leaves, it doesn't diminish your essence. it temporarily relocates a portion of your light to preserve it. This is not metaphysical poetry. It is an energetic reality. The myth of getting back to normal. One of the greatest traps in healing is the belief that wholeness means returning to who you were before wound. But your soul isn't trying to go backward. It's evolving forward. The child who fragmented at age 7 wasn't meant to stay 7 forever. That fragment holds innocence, yes, but also unexpressed creativity, unmet needs, and untapped intuition. When you retrieve it, you don't re-become that child. You integrate its gifts into your adult self, wiser, stronger, more compass. Sign 8. Wholeness isn't about erasing the past. It's about weaving all your parts, past, present, future, personal, ancestral, cosmic, into a living tapestry of presence. And here's the liberating truth. You don't need to retrieve every fragment to be whole. Why? Because your higher self never left. Your oversoul never fractured. The core of your being remains intact, luminous, and fully connected to Source, even when parts of your human experience feel scattered. Retrieval isn't about fixing your soul. It's about reconnecting with the wholeness that was always there. The soul matrix, your living architect, tour of light. Imagine your soul as a dynamic, living architecture, a soul matrix that exists beyond linear time. And this matrix, fragments may reside in past life scenarios, e.g., a warrior who buried their tenderness to survive battle. Others dwell in future timelines, e.g., a version of you who gave up on love after repeated heartbreak, so you avoid intimacy now. Some hide in the void, the sacred emptiness between dimensions, where unprocessed pain is held in stasis. Others are entangled in collective fields, e.g., ancestral grief, planetary trauma, or karmic contracts. But no matter where they are, they remain energetically linked to your core light. Like satellites orbiting a star, they respond to your call when you raise your vibration through love, Safit. Why? And intention. This is why soul retrieval works. Not because you go get something external, but because you remember your sovereignty over your own energy field. You activate the signal. It's safe to come home. And the fragments, sensing your readiness, beggy, and their return. Wholeness is a frequency, not a finish line. In the human world, we treat wholeness as a goal. When I heal this trauma, I'll finally be whole. But in the cosmic view, wholeness is a frequency, a state of alignment you step into, moment by moment. You can be grieving and whole. You can be triggered and whole. You can be mid-retrieval, messy, and tender, and still be whole, because wholeness includes the broken places. It holds them, honors them, transforms them. This is the paradox your soul already knows. You are whole while you heal, not after, not someday. Now, every time you breathe with awareness, set a boundary, speak your truth, or cradle your inner child, you are not becoming whole. You are expressing the wholeness. The T is your true nature. Practice the soul map visualization. Let's anchor this truth in your body. This 5-minute practice will help you connect with your multidimensional wholeness. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Imagine a soft golden light at your heart center. This is your higher self, your eternal, loving core. Now, sense this light expanding upward, connecting to a brilliant white gold presence above your head. Your oversoul, vast and calm, holding all you are lifetimes in perfect love. Feel roots of light extending from your feet into the earth, anchoring you in safety. And around you, sense a gentle field of starlight, your soul group, your cosmic family, cheering you on. In this space, whisper, I am not broken. I am dispersed. And I am ready to remember my wholeness. Rest here for a few minute. Breathe. Receive. When you're ready, open your eyes. Place a hand on your heart and say aloud, I am whole. I always have been. Do this daily, not to fix yourself, but to remember the gift of fragmentation. Here's what the mystics have always known, and what modern trauma science is now confirming. Fragmentation is not a flaw in the system. It's part of the design. Your soul fragments so it can preserve your light during darkness, carry wisdom across lifetimes, protect your capacity for love, joy, and trust, allow you to experience contrast, and thus choose your truth. Every lost piece is a seed of your future wholeness, and every act of retrieval is a homecoming, not just for that fragment, but for your entire soul matrix. You are not a puzzle with missing pieces. You are a symphony learning to play all its notes at once. A cosmic reminder. In the vastness of the multiverse, you are never alone. Your higher self walks with you. Your soul group sings your name. The stars remember your light. And the wholeness you seek, it's not out there. It's not later. It's here, in the breath you're taking right now, in the hand you place on your heart, in the quiet courage it takes to say, I'm ready to come home to myself. In the next chapter, we'll learn to map your soul landscape, to identify where your fragments reside and what they're waiting to tell you. But for now, rest in this truth. You were never shattered. You were scattered with purpose, and every piece of you is already on its way back. 3. Mapping your soul landscape, where fragments hide. Now that you remember, you are whole, even in dispersion. Let's begin the sacred work of mapping. Not to pathologize, not to fix, but to witness. Your soul is not a flat map. It's a living multidimensional terrain, woven through time, space, ancestry, and starlight. And your fragments? They didn't vanish. They took refuge in the places where they felt safest. A childhood bedroom, a past life battlefield, the quiet between heartbeats, even the folds of your future self's unchosen paths. To retrieve what's missing, you don't need to chase it across the cosmos. You only need to learn how to listen and recognize the landscapes where your light has been waiting. Why mapping matters. Many seekers jump straight into soul retrieval without first asking, where might my fragments be? But without a map, you risk calling back energies that aren't yours, ancestral or collective, overwhelming yourself by retrieving too much at once, missing the deeper message each fragment carries. Mapping is an act of respect. It says, I see you, I honor your journey, and I'm ready to meet you where you are. Think of it like this. If your child wandered into the woods, you wouldn't shout blindly into the trees. You'd look for footprints, listen for cries, follow the trail with care. Your soul fragments are no different. They left clues, and your intuition knows how to read them. The 4 primary landscapes of fragmentation, based on decades of cosmic healing work, and the wisdom of your Series 6 framework, fragments tend to reside in 4 key realms. You may find pieces in one or all. There's no right answer, only your truth. 1. The personal timeline, this lifetime. This is the most common landscape. Fragments split off during moments of acute overwhelm, childhood neglect or abuse, sudden loss or betrayal, medical trauma or accidents, moments when you had to shut down to survive. These fragments often carry the emotional age of the event. A part that left at age 5 may still believe the world is unsafe. One that fled during a divorce may equate love with abandonment. Clue: You feel stuck at a certain age or life event. Your body tenses when you recall it. You avoid similar situations, even as an adult. 2. The ancestral river. Your soul didn't begin with you. It flows through a river of lineage, carrying both blessings and burdens. Sometimes, a fragment doesn't belong solely to you. It's an echo, a grandparent's unprocessed grief, a parent's suppressed rage, a cultural wound, displacement, colonization, systemic oppression. These fragments feel heavy, impersonal, or bigger than you. You may sense them as a dull ache in your bones, or a recurring dream of drowning, running, or silence. Clue: the pain feels ancient. It doesn't fully resolve with personal therapy. It shifts when you honor your ancestors. 3. The karmic and past life fields. In your multidimensional design, your soul has lived many lives. And in some of them, you made soul-level agreements or endured traumas that left imprints. Common past life fragment triggers: sudden death, war, execution, accident, vows of silence, poverty, or celibacy, betrayal by a soul group member, misuse of power or spiritual gifts. These fragments often surface as irrational fears, e.g., of water, crowds, or speaking truth, or unexplained physical symptoms. Clue: you feel old soul exhaustion. Certain places, symbols, or people trigger deep, inexplicable reactions. 4. The future self and parallel timelines. This is the most subtle and often overlooked landscape. Your soul doesn't just live in the past. It also reaches into potential futures. And sometimes, a part of you abandons this timeline because it couldn't bear the pain of a path you might walk, a future where you're abandoned, a reality where your gifts go unseen, a version of you who gives up on love. These fragments aren't lost. They're waiting in parallel realities, holding the grief of roads not taken or feared. Clue: you feel chronic anxiety about the future. You sabotage success just before it happens. You sense a version of you out there living boldly and feel both envy and longing. Not all fragments are young. We often imagine soul fragments as wounded children, and many are. But some are future selves, wise, powerful, radiant beings who stepped away because this timeline felt too dim, too small, too unsafe for their light. Others are aspects of your power, your sacred anger, your creative fire, your sexual sovereignty, disowned because the world called them too much. And some are simply witnesses, parts that held space for your pain but never got to rest. When you retrieve, you're not just bringing back vulnerability. You're reclaiming your full spectrum of being. Practice the Fragment Typology Journal. Now, let's gently explore your own landscape. This journaling practice will help you identify 1 to 3 key fragments and where they may reside. Create a quiet space. Light a candle if you wish. Place your hands on your heart and say, "I am safe. I am ready to listen." Then, reflect on these questions. Don't force answers. Let images, sensations, or memories arise. 1. Where do I feel not all here? E.g., in relationships, at work, in my body, around money. 2. When did this begin? Note an age, event, or life phase, even if it feels small. 3. What emotion lives in that gap? Fear? Shame? Numbness? Longing? 4. Does this pain feel personal or ancestral? Does it feel like your story or like it's been passed down? 5. Is there a future I'm avoiding that might hold a fragment? E.g., success, visibility, deep intimacy. 6. If this missing part could speak, what would it say? Write freely in first person. I left because... Don't rush. You can return to this over several days. This isn't about diagnosis. It's about dialogue. And every word you right is a lantern lighting the path home. A note on discernment. As you map, remember, not every difficult emotion is a fragment. Some are present moment responses needing validation. Not every missing feeling means soul loss. Sometimes you're simply out of alignment with your truth. Trust your intuition over theory. If a past life explanation doesn't resonate, honor that. Your soul speaks in symbols you understand. And if you feel overwhelmed, pause. Place a hand on your heart and say, I don't need to know everything today. I only need to be kind to what's here. The map is not the territory. This chapter offers a framework, but your soul's landscape is uniquely yours. You may find fragments in places no book can name, in the song that always makes you cry, in the forest where you felt peace as a child, in the silence between your thoughts. Your job isn't to categorize perfectly, it's to approach with love, because every fragment, whether from age 6 or a star system beyond Orion, left for one reason, to protect your light. And now, in your wholeness, you can offer it something even greater, a home. In the next chapter, we'll learn the foundational healing skill that makes retrieval possible, sacred witnessing. But for now, honor what you've uncovered. Place a hand on your heart. Breathe into the spaces you've named. And whisper, I see you. I'm coming. Your map is drawn. The journey begins with a single step of remembrance. For the art of sacred witnessing, before you journey, before you retrieve, before you even name what's missing. STOP. Breathe. Place a hand on your heart and simply be with what is. This is the most radical and most overlooked act in all of healing, sacred witnessing. In a world that rewards doing, fixing, and solving, we've forgotten the alchemy of presence. We rush to heal our pain before we've even let it speak. We call back fragments before we've created a safe space for them to land. And in our urgency, we unintentionally re-traumatize the very parts we long to welcome. Om. But your soul doesn't need you to fix it. It needs you to witness it. Why witnessing comes before retrieval. Imagine a child lost in a storm. Would you yell, hurry up and come back? I've got plans. Or would you kneel in the rain, open your arms and say, I'm here, take your tea. I am. Your soul fragments are that child. They left because the world felt unsafe, loud, demanding, chaotic. They will not return to more of same. Sacred witnessing is the sanctuary you build before the journey begins. It's the quiet room where fear can speak without judgment, the soft light where shame can unravel without shame, the steady presence that says, you don't have to be okay for me to love you. This is not passive. It is profoundly active, requiring courage, stillness, and deep self-trust. And it is the single most powerful preparation for soul retrieval. The difference between fixing and whole. Ding space. Most of us were never taught how to hold space for others or for ourselves. We were taught to distract, don't cry, you'll be fine. Minimize, it wasn't that bad. Spiritualize, just raise your vibration. Fix, here's what who do. But the soul doesn't heal through solutions. It heals through being seen. Sacred witnessing means listening without agenda, feeling without flinching, staying present even when it hurts, trusting the process more and the outcome. It's the difference between saying, let me fix your pain, and whispering, I'll sit you in it. And when you offer this to your own fragments, something miraculous happens. They begin to STU again, creating inner safety, your first act of sovereignty. Before any journey, you must establish inner safety. Not perfection, not control, but a felt sense of, I am air for myself. This begins with your adult self, the grounded, loving, resourced part of you that can hold space for younger, wounded, or disowned aspects. To activate your adult self. 1. Ground. Feel your feet on the earth. Breathe into your belly. 2. Center. Place a hand on your heart. Say, I am here. I am safe. 3. Call in support. Invite your higher self spirit guides or soul group to surround you in light. In Series 6 Cosmology, you are never alone. 4. Set intention. I am creating a sanctuary of love. All arts are welcome. This isn't ritual for ritual's sake. It's energetic architecture, building a container where Alan can unfold. Practice the sacred witness breath. This simple breath work anchors you in presence and activates your witnessing capacity. Practice it daily, or whenever you feel triggered, numb, or fragmented. 1. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. 2. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, drawing golden light into your heart. 3. Hold gently for 2 counts, creating space. 4. Exhale slowly for 6 counts, releasing the need to fix, control, or understand. 5. As you breathe, silently repeat, I am here. I am praise. NT. I am love. Do this for 3 to 5 minutes. When thoughts arise, am I doing this right? What if I can't handle what comes up? Simply return to the breath. And phrase, I am here. This breath is your anchor, your home base, your promise to yourself. No matter what arises, I'll not abandon you. What if I feel nothing? Many seekers worry. I'm not feeling anything. Am I broken? But numbness is not absence. It's protection. And sacred witnessing includes witnessing the numbness itself. You might say inwardly, I notice I feel shut down. That's okay. I am here with you anyway. Sometimes the first fragment to return is the one that's been holding all the others at bay, exhausted from vigilance. Honor it as fatigue. Offer it rest. Healing isn't about fireworks. Sometimes it's the quiet sigh of a guard, finally, laying down their sword. The role of your cosmic support team. In the cosmic soul journey, you are never alone in this work. Your higher self is your inner compass, always aligned with your highest good. Your soul group holds the blueprint of your wholeness across lifetimes. Your spirit guides, whether ancestors, angels, or star beings, of fair protection and wisdom. Before any inner work, call them in. Beloved guides, surround me in violet flame. Anchor me in truth. Protect this sacred space. Help me witness with love. This isn't superstition. It's energetic hygiene, just as vital as washing your hands before tending a wound. A final invitation. Sacred witnessing is not a technique. It's a way of being. It's choosing again and again to meet yourself with tenderness instead of judgment, to stay present instead of escaping, to trust your inner wisdom instead of seeking external validation. And when you master this art, retrieval becomes no a rescue mission, but a reunion, because the moment you stop trying to fix your fragments is the moment they feel safe enough to come home. The next chapter, we'll step into the guided journey of retrieval itself, equipped not with force, but with the quiet power of your presence. But for now, rest here. Breathe. Witness. You are already enough, exactly as you are. 5. Journeying to retrieve, a step-by-step inner quest. You've recognized the absence. You've remembered your wholeness. You've mapped the landscape. You've learned to witness with love. Now, the moment has come. It's time to go get your light. This chapter offers a complete step-by-step inner journey, a sacred quest you can undertake in the quiet of your home, under the stars, or in the stillness of your heart. No drum, no shaman, no special tools required. Only your willingness, your breath, and the unwavering truth that you have always had the power to bring yourself home. This is not fantasy. It is soul-level navigation, a reconnection with parts of you that never stopped loving you, even when you forgot they existed. Let us begin. Before you begin, sacred preparation. Soul retrieval is not a casual exercise. It is a ceremony of remembrance. Honor it by preparing your space and your energy. 1. Choose your time. Select a moment when you won't be interrupted. 15 to 20 minutes of true privacy. Early morning or late evening often feel most receptive. 2. Create sacred space. Light a candle, burn sage, Palo Santo, or simply open a window to let in fresh air. Say aloud, "This space is consecrated for healing. Only love and truth may enter." 3. Ground and protect. Place your bare feet on the earth if possible. If not, visualize roots extending from your feet into the planet's core. Then, call in your support. Beloved higher self, soul group, and guides of light, surround me in violet flame. Anchor me in truth. Protect this journey. I am safe. Per Series 6, you are never alone in multidimensional work. 4. Set your intention. Speak clearly. I journey now to retrieve a soul fragment that is ready to return. I come in love, respect, and consent. May this serve my highest good and the good of all. This isn't ritual for show. It's energetic alignment, tuning your frequency to the realm of soul. The guided journey, a step-by-step quest. Read this slowly. Pause between paragraphs. Let the words become a bridge, not just to your fragment, but to your own inner wisdom. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your body settle, your mind soften, your heart open. Now, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a luminous forest. The trees glow with soft silver light. The air hums with peace. This is your soul's sanctuary, a place your higher self has prepared for this reunion. As you step onto the path, you feel safe, supported, held. Walk gently. Notice the light beneath your feet, the whisper of leaves, the quiet certainty that you are exactly where you need to be. Soon, you come to a clearing. In the center sits a figure, familiar yet distant. This is your fragment. It may appear as a child, a teenager, an adult version of you, or even as light, an animal, or a symbol. Don't question it. Trust what arises. Approach slowly. Kneel if it feels right. Say softly, "I've come for you. I remember you." Pause. Listen. What does this part need to say? What do they need to show you? You might see a memory, a moment when they left, a feeling they've carried, a gift they've protected. Now, ask the most important question. Are you ready to come home with me? Wait for their answer. If they say yes, extend your hands. Say, "I honor you. I welcome you. You are safe now." Feel them step into your light, since their energy is merging with yours, like a river returning to the sea. Place your hands over your heart and whisper, "You are home. You always were." If they say not yet, thank them for their honesty. Say, "I understand. I'll come back when you're ready." Ask, "What do you need from me until then?" Safety? A promise? A ritual? Honor their boundary. This is sacred consent, not rejection. Either way, bow in gratitude. This fragment has been your guardian, your teacher, your hidden light. Now, retrace your steps through the luminous forest. Feel your body growing heavier, warmer, more present. When you're ready, open your eyes. You have journeyed. You have witnessed. You have loved. That is enough. What to do after the journey? 1. Ground immediately. Drink water. Eat something nourishing. Walk barefoot on grass if possible. Say, I am here. I am whole. 2. Journal gently. Without analysis. Write what you saw, felt, or sensed. What the fragment communicated. Any sensations in your body, warmth, tingling, tears, lightness. 3. Honor the integration. If a fragment returned, they may need time to reboot. You might feel tired, emotional, or unusually sensitive for 24 to 48 hours. This is normal. Rest. Nourish yourself. Say inwardly, welcome home. We'll take this slowly. 4. If nothing happened, trust that something did. Sometimes the fragment's message is, just knowing I'm seen is enough for now. Or, your higher self is protecting you until you're more resourced. There is no failure here, only sacred timing. Important guidance for ethical retrieval. Only retrieve what is yours. If you sense ancestral, collective, or karmic energies, acknowledge them, but do not pull them into your field. Instead, say, I release what is not mine to carry. May it return to its rightful source. Never force a fragment. Consent is non-negotiable in the cosmos and within yourself. One fragment at a time. Trying to retrieve too much can overwhelm your system. Trust that your soul knows the perfect order. You are the healer. No external savior is needed. Your higher self is your ultimate guide. A note on seeing versus sensing. You don't need vivid visions to succeed. Some receive images. Others feel warmth, hear words, or simply know. Your soul speaks in the language you understand, whether through emotion, intuition, body sensation, or quiet knowing. Trust your experience. It is valid. It is real. It is yours. You've always had the map. This journey may feel new, but your soul has walked it countless times, across lifetimes, star systems, and dimensions. You are not learning something foreign. You are remembering a sacred skill encoded in your light body since before time. And every time you choose to witness, to call, to welcome, you stitch another thread of light back into the tapestry of your wholeness. In the next chapter, we'll explore what happens after retrieval, how to heal the original wound with compassion, dialogue, and deep integration. But for now, rest in this truth. You went looking for your missing piece and found the courage to become the home it needed all along. 6. Healing the wound that caused the split. You've journeyed. You've retrieved. You've welcomed a long-lost part of yourself home. And now what? Many assume the work ends when the fragment returns. But retrieval is not the finale. It's the invitation. The true healing begins when you turn toward the wound that caused the split and meet it not with judgment, but with love. This chapter is your guide to that sacred conversation, the dialogue between your adult self and the part of you that left so long ago. It's where trauma transforms into tenderness, fear into trust, and fragmentation into fusion. Why? The wound must be heard. When a soul fragment departs, it carries more than pain. It carries a story. If I stay, I'll be destroyed. My feelings are too much. I must disappear to be safe. That story shaped your life, often unconsciously. You avoided intimacy because the fragment believed love meant abandonment. You silenced your voice because it equated truth with punishment. But now that the fragment is home, the story can be rewritten, not by force, but by witnessing. Healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about offering the missing ingredient, what that part needed in the moment it left. And that is almost always. Safety, validation, protection, love. The inner dialogue, a sacred conversation. N. This is not imagination. It is soul-level reparenting, the conscious act of giving your younger, or disowned, self what they never receive. D. Begin by creating a quiet, safe space. Place a hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. Then, gently invite the retrieved fragment into your awareing. SS. You might sense them as an image, a feeling, or a quiet presence. Don't force it. Just open the D. Or, then, speak from your adult self with calm, loving author. Righty. I see you. I know what happened. It wasn't your fault. You didn't deserve to feel that way. And you don't have to carry it alone any more. Pause. Listen. What does this part need to say? Let tears, words, or images arise. Don't interrupt. Don't fix. Just itness. Then offer what was missing. If they felt unseen, I see you. Your feelings matter. If they felt unsafe, I will protect you. No one will hurt you like that again. If they felt unworthy, you are enough, exactly as you are. If they felt abandoned, I am here. I will never leave you. This is not positive thinking. It is energetic reprogramming, rewiring the nervous system through love. Practice the compassionate dial. Script. Use this template to guide your inner conversation. Write it by hand for deeper embodiment. To my child/self/part. I know you left when underscore 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 underscore. You were trying to pee. Protect me from underscore 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 underscore. I honor your courage, your sacrifice, your love. What you needed then, and what I offer you now, is safety. I will keep you safe. Your boundaries are sacred. Validation. Your pain is real. Your feelings are valid. Nurturing. You deserve care, rest, and joy. Belonging. You belong here, with me, in this body, and this life. I really, the story that underscore 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 underscore. In its place I choose. I am whole. I am held. I am home. With love. Your adult self. Read it aloud. Feel the truth of it in your bones. This letter is a soul contract, a vow to never abandon yourself again. Forgiveness. The alchemy of release. Forgiveness often feels like the final hurdle. But true forgiveness isn't about excusing harm. It's about freeing your energy from the grip of the past. You may need to forgive others who caused the wound, yourself for letting it happen, life itself for its seeming cruelty. But forgiveness begins why? Self-compassion. Try this. Place your hands over your heart. Say, I forgive myself for believing I had to disappear to be loved. I forgive myself for carrying this alone. I forgive myself for not knowing how to. Come home sooner. Then, if ready, extend it outward, not for their sake, but for yours. I release you from my energy field. What happened lives in the past. My future. Is mine to create. This is not denial. It's liberation. In Series 6 Cosmology, forgiveness is an act of cosmic realignment, clearing karmic cords so your light and flow freely again. The gift in the wound. Every fragment left to protect a gift. The child who shut down protected your sensitivity. The part that numbed out preserved your capacity for joy. The one who hid your anger's safe egg. Yielded your integrity. Ask your fragment, what were you protecting? You might discover your creativity, your wildness, your truth, your ability to trust. When you honor the gift, the wound loses its power. The pain becomes purpose. The split becomes sacred. Integration is AP. Practice, not a performance. Don't expect instant transformation. Integration unfolds in waves. One day, you feel whole. The next, an old trigger arises. This is not failure. It's layered healing. When a trigger returns. 1. Pause. 2. Place a hand on your heart. 3. Ask, which part feels scared right now? 4. Whisper, I've got you. We're safe. Each time you do this, you strengthen the neural and energetic pathways of wholeness. You are not going back. You are. Deepening your presence. A final blessing. The wound that caused the split was never your enemy. It was the altar where your soul chose. Survival over surrender. And now, in your wholeness, you can return to that altar, not to relive the pie, but to anoint it with love. For in the end, healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to the truth that was always there. You were never broken. You were always whole, waiting to remember yourself. In the next chapter, we'll expand our view beyond the personal to the ancestral and collective dimensions of soul loss, because some fragments carry echo. Far older than this lifetime. But for now, honor what you've done. You didn't just retrieve a piece of yourself. You reclaimed your right to be fully here. Tender, and unapologetically human. 7. Ancestor. Echoes and collective fragments. You've healed your personal wounds. You've welcomed home the parts that left in this lifetime. And still a quiet ache remains. Not yours alone, but carried in our bones, your blood, your breath. This is the echo of ancestral soul loss. Fragments not just from your life, but from the lives of those who came before you. From wars, migrations, silences, and sacrifices you never witnessed, but still inherited. In the cosmic soul journey, you are never just an individual. You are a living branch of a vast soul tree, rooted in lineage, nourished by collective memory, and woven into the fabric of human and cosmic experience. And sometimes what feels like your pain is actually a sacred burr. Den you've carried for your ancestors. The difference, personal versus ancestral fragments. Not all soul loss originates in your lifetime. Some fragments are inherited, passed down through generations as energetic imprints of unprocessed trauma. Personal fragments feel intimate, specific, and tied to your story. I shut down after my father left. I stopped trusting after my betrayal. Ancestral fragments feel heavier, older, and more impersonal. I carry a deep fear of abundance, even though I've never been poor. I feel guilty for taking up space, though no one ever told me to shrink. I dream of ships, forests, or wars I've never seen. These are echoes, sacred wounds your lineage couldn't fully heal, and your sensitive soul, in its love, volunteered to hold them. But here's the truth. You were never meant to carry them alone. Common sources of ancestral soul loss. Across cultures and lifetimes, certain collective traumas create ripples of fragmentation. Displacement and migration. Forced exile, slavery, colonization. Leaving fragments in homelands never returned to. Silenced grief. Generations told to move on, burying pain that now lives in your body as anxiety or numbness. Suppressed identity. Ancestors who hid their spirituality, sexuality, or truth to survive, leaving you with a sense of not belonging. War and violence. Unprocessed terror passed down as hypervigilance, rage, or dissociation. Broken lineage. Cuts in the maternal or paternal line, adoption, estrangement, early death that disrupt energetic flow. These aren't your wounds, but they live in your field, and healing them is an act of ancestral repair. Collective fragments. When the wound is bigger than blood. Sometimes the pain isn't even ancestral, it's collective. As empathic, multidimensional beings, we absorb planetary trauma, climate grief, mass violence, cultural shame around bodies, money, power, karmic patterns from soul groups or star lineages. You might feel, I'm exhausted by the state of the world, but I've done nothing wrong. I feel responsible for fixing everything. This is soul-level empathy, a gift, but one that requires boundaries. Remember, you can hold compassion without carrying the burden. Ethical retrieval, only what's yours to heal. This is critical. Not every fragment in your field belongs to you. In your eagerness to heal, you might accidentally pull in an ancestor's unresolved grief, a sibling's abandoned dream, a collective fear of the future. This creates energetic entanglement, not liberation. So before retrieving, always ask, is this mine to carry? Or is it mine to witness, honor, and release? Your higher self will guide you. Trust the answer, even if it's no. Practice the ancestral return ritual. This simple, powerful ritual helps you discern, honor, and release non-personal fragments with respect. 1. Create sacred space. Light a candle. Place a bowl of water nearby. 2. Ground and call in your guides. Say, beloved ancestors and cosmic guardians, I come in love and truth. Help me discern what is mine to heal and what is mine to release. 3. Place a hand on your heart. Breathe into any heaviness, numbness, or old pain. 4. Ask inwardly, does this belong to me or to my lineage? Wait. Sense. Don't force. 5. If it's ancestral or collective, say aloud, I honor your pain, but I cannot carry it for you. Visualize placing the fragment gently into the bowl of water or into golden light. Whisper, return to your source. Be healed in the ancestral realm. 6. If it's yours, welcome it home as in Chapter 5. 7. Close with gratitude. Thank you, ancestors, for your strength. I heal not just for me, but for us all. Do this monthly or whenever you feel carrying energy that isn't yours. Honoring without absorbing. Healing ancestral fragments doesn't mean erasing your lineage. It means breaking the cycle so your ancestors can finally rest and your descendants can thrive. You can still honor your ancestors through altars, stories, or rituals. Carry their resilience, creativity, and wisdom. Feel connected to your roots. But you no longer need to carry their unhealed pain. This is not rejection. It is liberation for them and for you. A note on cultural sensitivity. If your ancestry includes cultures with living traditions of ancestral healing, e.g., Indigenous, African, East Asian, honor those protocols. This chapter offers a universal framework, but if you feel drawn to a specific lineage practice, seek guidance from elders or initiated teachers. Your intention matters, but so does respect. You are a bridge, not a burden. In the grand tapestry of your soul's journey, you are not just healing yourself. You are a light worker in the ancestral field, a bridge between past and future, pain and peace. Every time you release what isn't yours, you lighten the load for your entire lineage. Every time you heal a personal wound, you mend a thread in the collective web. This is the sacred duty and the profound gift of the awakened soul. In the next chapter, we'll shift from healing to empowerment, reclaiming your sovereignty, integrating your shadow, and stepping fully into your cosmic authority. But for now, rest in this truth. You are not alone in your pain, and you are not responsible for all of it. Some fragments were never yours to carry, and now, with love and discernment, you can set them free. 8. Reclaiming power, from victim to sovereign. You've retrieved your fragments. You've healed the wounds. You've released what wasn't yours to carry. Now, a new question arises. Who are you when you are no longer defined by your pain? For so long, your identity may have been shaped by survival, the one who endured, adapted, minimized, or disappeared. But healing is not the end of your story. It's the threshold to sovereignty. Sovereignty is not dominance. It is radical self-responsibility. It is the quiet declaration, I am the author of my energy, my choices, and my life. This chapter is your initiation into that truth. The victim to sovereign shift. The victim archetype isn't about blame. It's a survival strategy. When you couldn't change your circumstances, you learned to endure them. You numbed your rage, silenced your needs, made yourself small to stay safe. But now, you are safe enough to expand. Sovereignty begins when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what is this calling me to become? This is not spiritual bypassing. It's empowerment through awareness. You honor the pain and choose not to let it dictate your future. Shadow integration, welcoming the disowned self. Your shadow isn't your enemy. It's the part of you that was exiled for being too much, too angry, too sexual, too ambitious, too wild, too truthful. In soul retrieval, you brought back the wounded child. Now, it's time to welcome the powerful adult you disowned to fit in. Shadow integration means acknowledging repressed emotions without shame, reclaiming denied strengths, e.g., assertiveness, desire, leadership, seeing your dark traits as distorted gifts. Rage equals boundary. Pride equals self-worth. Try this. When a negative emotion arises, jealousy, envy, rage, pause and ask, what need is this trying to protect? What truth is it asking me to speak? Your shadow isn't broken light. It's unclaimed power. Energetic boundaries, the architecture of sovereignty. You cannot be sovereign without boundaries. Not walls, but sacred thresholds that say, this is mine, this is not. In the multidimensional field, boundaries are not selfish. They're acts of cosmic hygiene. They protect your light so you can serve from fullness, not depletion. 3 foundational boundaries. 1. Emotional. I feel with you, but I don't carry your energy. 2. Energetic. Only love and truth may enter my field. 3. Temporal. My time is sacred. I choose where to invest it. Practice this daily. Visualize a golden membrane around your body, permeable to love, impermeable to chaos. Whisper, I am open. I am protected. I am sovereign. Cosmic sovereignty, aligning personal will with soul purpose. In Series 6 Cosmology, sovereignty isn't just personal, it's cosmic. Your higher self doesn't want you to surrender your will. It wants you to align your will with your soul's mission. This is the difference between I should, external pressure. I choose, soul-led action. Ask yourself, does this decision come from fear or from my deepest truth? Am I reacting or responding from my center? When you act from sovereignty, you become a channel for divine will, not by erasing your desires, but by refining them until they resonate with your soul's frequency. From why me to here I am. The final step in reclaiming power is ownership without blame. You did not cause your trauma, but you are responsible for your healing. You did not choose your wounds, but you choose your response. This is the heart of sovereignty. I release the story that I am powerless. I step into the truth that I am a co-creator of my energy, my relationships, my reality. And in the cosmic view, this isn't arrogance. It's sacred alignment. A sovereign affirmation. Place a hand on your heart. Speak aloud. I am not defined by what happened to me. I am defined by how I rise. My power is not taken. It is claimed. My light is not borrowed. It is born within me. I am sovereign. I am whole. I am free. Feel that truth in your bones. This is who you've been becoming all along. In the next chapter, we'll explore daily practices for embodied wholeness, because sovereignty isn't a state you reach. It's a way you live. But for now, stand in your power. Not perfectly, but fully. You are no longer the one who survived. You are the one who rises. 9. Living whole. Daily practices for embodied wholeness. You've journeyed through fragmentation. You've retrieved your light. You've healed the wounds. You've reclaimed your power. Now comes the quiet, sacred work. How do you live this wholeness every day? In a world that glorifies intensity, weekend retreats, 10-day fasts, dramatic breakthroughs, it's easy to forget that true transformation lives in the ordinary, in the breath before you speak, in the pause before you react, in the way you pour your morning tea. Wholeness isn't sustained by grand gestures. It's nurtured by micro moments of presence. This chapter offers simple, soul-rooted practices you can weave into your existing life. No extra time, no perfect conditions, no spiritual performance required. The myth of more. Many seekers believe they need more. More meditation, more rituals, more downloads, more time. But your nervous system doesn't need more. It needs consistency. 3 minutes of true presence is worth more than an hour of distracted spiritual work. 1 conscious breath anchors you more than 10 rushed affirmations. Wholeness grows in the soil of small, repeated acts of self-honoring. Practice 1. The 3-minute wholeness reset. Use this anytime you feel scattered, triggered, or not all here. 1. Pause. Stop what you're doing. 2. Breathe. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. 3. Scan. Gently notice. Where do I feel disconnected? Chest, gut, head. 4. Invite. Whisper. All parts come home. I am here. 5. Ground. Feel your feet on the floor. Say, I am whole. I am here. Do this upon waking, before meals, or during transitions, e.g., after work, before bed. It takes less time than checking your phone and nourishes your soul far more. Practice 2. The morning reconnection ritual. Begin your day not with urgency, but with recognition. Upon waking, before rising, place a hand on your heart. Say, thank you for returning today. I welcome all of me. Take 1 full breath into your belly. Set 1 micro-intention. Today I choose presence, or today I honor my boundaries. This isn't about manifesting abundance. It's about remembering you're already whole before the world asks you to prove your worth. Practice 3. The fragment check-in. Once a day, perhaps at lunch or tea time, ask gently, is any part of me feeling unseen, scared, or shut down right now? Don't fix. Just notice. If a sensation arises, tightness, numbness, fluttering, place a hand there and whisper, I feel you. You're safe. We're in this together. This simple act of inner attunement rebuilds trust between your adult self and your inner parts, making future triggers less overwhelming. Practice 4. Somatic anchoring. Wholeness lives in the body, not just the mind. When you feel floaty or dissociated, return to sensation. Splash cool water on your face. Hold a warm mug and feel its weight. Walk barefoot on grass or tile. Hum a low tone, vibrates the vagus nerve. Say inwardly, I am here, in this body, in this moment, whole. Your body is your first home. Come back to it often. Practice 5. The evening integration pause. Before sleep, reflect, not to analyze, but to witness. Where did I feel whole today? Where did I feel fragmented? What part needed me, and did I show up? No judgment, just awareness. Then place a hand on your heart and say, thank you for carrying me today. Rest now. We'll begin again tomorrow. This closes the day with compassion, not critique. Wholeness is a verb. You won't achieve wholeness and stay there. You'll practice it again and again. Some days, wholeness looks like setting a firm boundary. Other days, it's crying in the shower and letting yourself be held. Sometimes it's saying no to a party to rest. Other times, it's dancing alone in the kitchen. Wholeness includes your mess, your doubt, your fatigue. It doesn't demand perfection, only presence. A final reminder. You don't need to earn wholeness through spiritual discipline. You don't need to vibrate high to deserve it. You are whole as you are, tired, tender, human, and holy. And every time you choose a small act of self-honoring, you stitch another thread of light into the fabric of your daily life. This is how you live wholly, not someday, but today. In the final chapter, we'll return to where we began, not with a problem to solve, but with a truth to embody. You were never lost. You were always whole, waiting to remember yourself. But for now, breathe. Feel your feet on the earth. And whisper, I am here. All of me. And that is enough. 10. You are the light that never left. Remember Maya? The woman from chapter 1 who collapsed into tears every Sunday night, convinced she was a ghost in her own life. She's different now. Not perfect, not fixed, but present. She paints again, messy watercolors on Sunday mornings. She says no without apology. She holds her partner's hand without bracing for abandonment. And when grief arises, she doesn't numb it. She places a hand on her heart and whispers, I'm here. We're Saf. Maya didn't find herself. She remembered herself. And so have you. The journey was never about getting back, but coming home. From the moment you sense something missing, you've been on a sacred pilgrimage, not outward, but inward. You didn't lose your soul. You temporarily forgot its Holeen. SS. And every step you've taken, through fragmentation, mapping, witnessing, retrieval, integration, and sovereignty, has been a home calm. Not to who you were before the wound, but to who you've always been beneath it. Luminous, whole, unbroken. Even in your darkest moments, your light never left. It only dimmed, waiting for you to be ready to see it. Again, wholeness is not a finish line. It's a frequency you carry. You may still have hard days. Triggers may still arise. Old patterns may whisper. But now you know the truth. You are not your fragmentation. You are the space that holds it, and the love that heals it. Wholeness isn't the absence of pain. It's the presence of all of you, wounded and wise, tender and fierce, human and holy. And that presence is enough. Your healing is a gift to the collective. In the cosmology of the cosmic soul journey, your healing ripples far beyond your personal NAL life. Every fragment you retrieve lightens the ancestral field, clears karmic threads for your soul group, anchors higher frequency. S on earth. You are not just healing yourself. You are a light worker in the quantum field, a bridge between dimensions, timelines, and hearts. When you choose wholeness, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage becomes their compass. Your light becomes EIR lantern. Practice your soul's final blessing. Take a quiet moment. Place both hands over your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Now, speak these words, not as hope, but as truth. I honor every part of me that left to survive. I thank every fragment for its protection. I welcome all of me home, past, present, future, personal, ancestral, cosmic. I release the story that I was ever broken. I reclaim the truth that I am whole, not because I healed everything, but because I am made of light tea. Hat never left. I walk forward not as a survivor, but as a sovereign soul, tender, powerful, and fully here. May my wholeness ripple through the multiverse. May my light remind others of their own. I am home. I am whole. I am free. Feel that truth in your bones. This is your Owl's declaration. A final note from the cosmos. Dear one, you didn't randomly land here. You came with purpose. You came with knowing. And now, after lifetimes of dispersion, you've chosen to remember, not because you had to, but because you love yourself to come home. The world needs your wholeness, not your perfection. Your presence, not your performance. Your not your proof. So go gently. Live boldly. Shine you, napologetically. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop, vast, eternal, and whole. And you were never lost. You were always the light that never left. This authorized audiobook of soul retrieval and fragment healing, calling home the lost parts of yourself across lifetimes 6. Cosmic Soul Journey Book 19 by Serafina Hartwell is presented by Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Serafina Hartwell. For the update audiobook by click follow. Soul Sanctuary Audio.